Welcome to my demo of HTML5 canvas. I'm Keister over here. Please do visit my site https://sites.google.com/sites/keister to get the code as well as the video under the just JavaScript function. We are looking at tutorial 2. Today we are going to simulate a 3D tube, and as usual I would actually divide it into 3 steps. Since this is very easy, I'm going to divide it into 2 steps. 1. What is our intention of a 3D tube? Remember in the first demo I showed you a circle moving around. We're going to use the same ideology, but this time we are not going to reset it every single time we do it. So the first thing is we have to move the tube in this direction, right? But we repaint it every time, so it looks like multiple circles are drawing, just like a video. Multiple circles are drawing and it looks like a tube. To add some more fun, I'm adding a little bit of color over here, okay, so that it looks like a colorful tube that comes down. Let's start with it. First is your natural printf function, get random, okay. Now I'll explain this color to hex. This will be very useful, this function overall to you. So what happens is I need a RGB value to convert to hex value, but there are some problems with this piece of code that I found out. So R is first, so it moves 16 spaces, 8, and then B is binary. So whenever R is 0, okay, it should not return me hash 0 0 0 0, that is 4 digits. It should return me total 6 digits. So that's the reason for these paddings, okay, so that this function will be fully returning the correct hash value, that is the hex value for me if I give the RGB value. Note, I can play around with this by giving R0 to 255 a random number such that it just prints it. This is that function that will give a scale. Math.random is still only 1, so multiply it by a scale and do however you like. If we give a random number to RGB, it's going to be giving me a hex value which I can assign to any function of my choice. Okay, I'm calling one main function, draw and alter. That's it, as simple as that. Draw, I draw the canvas. I'm choosing 500, 500, so width and height. Okay, alter canvas, I'm going to hard code 3 sections: the x and y location, the radius. Okay, this is the reset functionality. Remember, now we are not going to reset it much because we have to show that the tube is growing slowly like this. So something like this. If you notice, the more circles I add, the more it looks like a tube. So this is unused as of now in this demo. So then now I'm going to get the context first before even assigning it to a variable, that is whether the real context exists in the first place for the browser. HTML5 support is there or not, otherwise print no HTML5, where context is equal to canvas.getContext. Set a global alpha, 0.2, alpha is from 0 to 1. Remember, I'm setting it as 0.2 so as to give a transparency and a feeling of the tube. Okay, and the redraw function I'll be putting at an interval so that it draws gracefully. Step 2. Remember, all the functions are same. Printf will be there, getting the random, color value, draw the canvas, most of this part, and this part as well as this part. Nothing has changed except that the redraw function that I am assigning it in the interval part. Okay, in the redraw function, remember, I am drawing this circle and I want it to stop at one location. So CTX is point in path, that is when I stroke. Okay, so when I'm stroking somewhere, say this is 300, 300, it passes through here, boom, it will stop. Okay, so that's the reason I'm using is point in path. There is no real way in HTML5 where I can stop an animation unless I am doing a stroke. Stroke is point in path is there, but other than that, if I'm going to translate or transform, I have to manually use a counter. Okay, Over here this is actually very useful. It's going to stop at 300, 500. The canvas is presumably going to be something of this size, 500. Okay, and I have assumed some point over here for it to stop from here, moving from here to here. Okay, I've just chosen a value. I assumed it would stop there and it did. Okay, first thing, note we draw an arc for a circle, again the begin and close path before stroking, line width of 10, stroke style, so that is where it gives the color oomph. So I am going to use the color to hex function to assign to stroke style and get a random color for it to fill in the R, G and B value. Okay, and voila, you just stroke it and it's gonna do you the magic. Boom. Thank you for watching my demo. This is Keys2 over here. Remember, all code is available in https://sites.google.com/site/keys2. It's present without any license, and the intention is always it's free.